What is going on, guys? It's a great Saturday. It was all raining and like it was crazy yesterday, and today it's just like clear skies and just breezy. Somewhat unusual for Arizona, I suppose, but it's not too bad. Anyway, so I thought I'd make a video on 5 things I love about my car. Okay, now I know there's a lot of guys out there, a lot of YouTubers I should say, who've made these kind of videos, and generally when we make these videos, it's our own opinion on what we like about our own car, and so you can make an informed decision when you buy this car. So with that being said, I'll get started with number 1 on my list. The thing I love the most about this car, well, among the things I love the most about this car, is the exhaust. The exhaust, as a lot of you guys have known, I mean, my very first video on YouTube was about my exhaust, was the fact that I have a AWE track exhaust. So the track exhaust was fairly inexpensive compared to its competitors. AWE was the cheapest one. I mean, obviously, if you go custom, you can get cheaper, but this is you know, tried and tested catback exhaust. This exhaust sounds amazing from the outside. Granted, I only heard it from the outside like a few times. Ooh. Did I get money? The raspiness is not that bad. Like, I mean, it has a slight rasp, but it has a lot more grunt and like growl. Now, going on to the droning of the exhaust, yes, there is a little bit of droning. However, it's completely manageable. I've had conversations. I mean, I've taken my family and we took a road trip to California. I mean, that's a lot of driving time. 6 hours from here to San Diego. That's a lot of driving time, and so if it really droned that bad, I would have driven my mom, especially my mom, crazy. But she didn't. So again, to reiterate, AWE exhaust, I believe I paid $1,400 or so for it, and I paid another $150 to install it. But if you do that yourself, you save whatever amount of money, depending on the shop cost. Anyways, going on to the second thing on my list, the amount of customizability this car has. So as of today, we have so many companies out there. I mean, we're talking about anywhere from aesthetic tunings. When I say tunings, I mean modifications, like, you know, adding a spoiler, splitter, diffuser, side skirts, you name it. This car has the whole lot, and you have multiple manufacturers, and in fact, new manufacturers are actually coming into play. So up until now, a lot of the carbon fiber, you know, DeVal and Leas and those kind of guys, they would manufacture these side blades, diffusers, splitters, rear spoilers, decklet spoilers for, like, I mean, they made great quality products, but like they were kind of expensive. You know, like the diffuser was like over $1,000 easily. The spoiler was $700. But you know, I know it's quality product, but that's just way too much money. However, the new people coming into the scene is ECS. ECS basically is slashing their costs by like half, and so far everyone's liked their product. The amount of customizability this car has is like amazing. Okay, so you can do so many things. So that's just external modification. Now, if you talk about, you know, under the hood, you have companies like APR, GIAC, EPL, and a bunch of other, Unitronic. Like these guys, they make, like, you know, everything from intakes to ECU tunings to supercharger pulleys and so on and so forth, and we're talking about like power increase. But like I said, no shortage of customization currently and in the future, so that's awesome. Third thing on my list of the things I like about this car is my transmission. Now, when I was buying this car, I was actually eyeing 2 S4s. One of them was actually a manual, the other one was a DSG. Unfortunately, the first car I went to test drive was the DSG, and then when I was gonna go and do the manual transmission, the guy from the showroom basically said, oh yeah, like, we just sold it the previous night, so we don't have it anymore. The DSG transmission. The DSG transmission is probably one of the quickest transmissions I've ever been on. I mean, obviously you can't compare it to like the Porsche PDK transmission or like, I don't know, something on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Those are like super high performance transmissions, and they are also dual clutch transmissions in most of the cases. The shifting speeds, let me just put it in manual transmission. Oh, that's actually not a good idea because that's a camera car. Everyone! Photo enforcement. Jesus, how did I miss that? Someone just got... You shouldn't have done that, man. You should not have done that. Someone just overtook another car in high speed and they just got hit with the camera. This transmission is great. It's fast. For daily use, automatic is the way to go, and I kind of settled on that. So the fourth thing I like about this car is actually two hidden secrets this car has. Well, one of them is more hidden than the other one. There's a button all the way at the bottom of the accelerator. So when you push the accelerator and you just keep pushing it, and like when you're about to hit the floor, you push it one more, there's a button that clicks. What that button does is, regardless of what gear you are on, so say you're on 7th gear in this car, once you hit that button, it's gonna drop into 3rd instantly. You know, instant acceleration. I mean, it helps you do that. So that's a really cool thing. The second thing, which is a lot more hidden, is the fact that this car actually has a launch control. Nobody tells you that there is launch control in this car. So launch control is fairly simple in this car. All you do is come to a complete stop, put your car in sports mode, go ahead and turn off the ESC, put one foot on the brakes, another on the accelerator, and it'll rev up to 3,000 RPM, let go, and you're gone. So that's a really cool feature to have in this car, but I did hear that you don't want to be doing that constantly. So 2 fun things. There you go. So 5th thing I really like about this car is the interior. Now the interior is not like, you know, crazy beautiful, or it's not crazy high tech or anything like that. It's simple and it's beautifully refined, okay? And the other thing is you have lots of customization options for the interior too, like from having the inlays can be from aluminum, which is what I have, to carbon fiber, to all kinds of wood and everything, so that you got some customization options. And then when it comes to seats, you got like obviously the full leather, the leather insert. Well, I guess mine is the leather insert with Alcantara. The leather also comes in like multiple colors and different stitchings. You can customize the crap out of the interior, so that's really awesome to have. All the B8 S4s, they have the full round steering wheel, but like if you get the B8.5, you get a flat bottom steering wheel, which is actually a lot better than the B8s. I personally like it. You got the Audi MMI system, which is like the screen is beautiful, like in the sense that it's like high resolution. It's not touch screen, and it doesn't need to be touch screen, but all the controls are like very well placed. Everything is driver centric, so that's perfect about it. The 6th and final thing I love about this car, again, this is for someone who's actually wanting to buy this car in future, thinking about buying it. This car has great practical value. The car is super practical. It's got a big boot. I just said boot because I watched so much Top Gear that the British lingo just stuck to me. It's got a really big trunk, and it's got plenty of legroom inside for the passengers. In addition to the big trunk and the big roomy interior you have here, you also get decent gas mileage, you know? So I mean, this car is both practical and performance oriented. That's what I loved about this car. It is supercharged V6, so the gas mileage is going to be a little lower, but if you are lead-footed like I am, actually I should say, even if you're lead-footed like I am, you still get about 1 week's worth of driving out of a single tank. So anyways, so those are my 6 things I really liked about this car and the reason why I bought this car. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and found it somewhat informational, and if you love the content, again, leave a like and a comment asking if you have any questions. subscribe if you liked my content and want to see more of it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys the next time. Take care.